Ben Renick was one of the country's preeminent snake breeders.
This girl, very tame.
Renick appeared at reptile shows selling his snakes to enthusiasts all over the country. That ended in June of 2017 when he was found dead at his breeding facility.
I thought he'd been attacked by a snake because his skull was crushed. But he was standing exactly where he always stood, right there in the facility.
Sam Renick is Ben's brother. He got the panicked call that night from Ben's wife, Lynlee.
It wasn't until well after the police arrived and that I was told that he was actually murdered by a gun, by a weapon, and I found that very hard to believe. I couldn't wrap my mind around it. Nobody would ever want to hurt Ben.
According to police, Ben was the victim of multiple gunshot wounds, with one being a contact wound to the head. Nothing was stolen, and based on where his body was found, investigators seemed to be convinced of one thing, that the killer was known to Renick. But Ben's murder went unsolved for more than 2 years, until this January, a break. Identified only as BB in the police report, he broke the case wide open with information leading to the arrest of Ben's wife, Lynlee Renick, and her ex-boyfriend, Michael Humphrey. The two are charged with first-degree murder in the death of Ben Renick. According to the probable cause affidavit, BB told police he was having an affair with Lynlee while she was married to Ben. They continued to see each other after Ben died, even fathering a child with her. According to BB, Lynlee told him she feared Ben would divorce her over the money problems with the spa. So, with the help of ex-boyfriend Michael Humphrey, she planned to shoot Ben after a previous poisoning attempt failed to kill him. BB told police that Lynlee and Humphrey went to the snake farm. Lynlee told Ben that Humphrey was an old friend who wanted to see the snakes. After a tour, they returned to the car to retrieve a gun. BB told police Lynlee walked in with the gun and shot Ben multiple times. Lynlee and Humphrey then returned to Lynlee's spa business, where Lynlee took off her clothes and took a shower, giving the clothes to Humphrey to dispose of with the gun and shell casings.
It was a huge relief. We were happy to finally get some answers. However, of course, they were ugly. Hearing that she attempted to poison him, all of that was new news to us. Finding out that she was having an affair was something we were completely taken. We were shocked. We couldn't have imagined that. That's not the Lynlee we knew.
Unbelievable story. Let's bring in, from Columbia, Missouri, anchor and investigative reporter from ABC 17, Lucas Geisler is with us. Lucas, great to see you. These men in Lynlee's life are going to play such an important role in this trial. What do we know about what was going on in her marriage prior to Ben getting shot and killed?
So a major part of this, Vinny, you're absolutely correct. 3 men really come to the mind here, come to the forefront. One of them with a marriage with Ben Renick. We know that the Highway Patrol has put forward this theory, and this main theory on the motive, that there was somehow some problem with money involved here. This is borne out through some available court documents that I found as well, that Lynlee was struggling with her spa business in Colombia. She had credit card bills, unpaid payments to vendors, people working on her spa. So it was very clear that there were some money issues with Lynlee's spa. And on the other hand, Ben appeared to be doing very well in this business and was actually set to become a millionaire himself. He was going to sell out off all of his assets, these world-renowned ball pythons and anacondas that he had there at his Montgomery County farm, was set to make $1.2 million by the end of 2017. He was actually selling these animals to an NHL goalie, Robin Lehner. But, of course, that deal and that arrangement was interrupted in 2017 when he was shot and killed. So it appears that it does back up this theory that money was on Lynlee's mind and there was perhaps a financial struggle there, further fearing, according to the Highway Patrol, that Ben was going to have all this money and somehow take away their children. Now, as far as any marital issues there that will most likely come out during the trial, nothing that's at least publicly available through court or anything like that. But obviously, another huge witness in this case is that person referred to in the story as BB, someone that apparently she was having an affair with during this, even fathering a child with her. And he is going to be a major part of this case as well, and has already been a major part of some of these pretrial hearings. Now, Lynlee is out on bond currently out of jail, in part because of a lot of the questions that the defense has raised about BB. He has a pending criminal case against him for violating a protection order that Lynlee took out against him. So he is going to be a major part in that. He is the witness that really helped break this case open and bring prosecutors and law enforcement's suspicion squarely on Lynlee Renick, that he is not a person to be trusted, at least according to Lynlee's defense team. And so those two people are definitely going to be a major part of this as well.
Yeah, this is an unbelievable dynamic, and I'm sure it will blow up in the courtroom if you've got, she's got a protection order against BB, and then BB comes back and says, well, wait a minute, you've got some problems yourself. This is going to be some battle. Now, Michael Humphrey is involved here as well, and he's sort of been described as the ex-boyfriend. Is there any indication that it was something more than that? It was just, oh, hey, are they alleging, hey, I'm going to kill my husband? Why don't you come along with me? Like, what's in it for Humphrey, I guess, is what most people would say. Why would he even get involved in something like this? Is there any information in the record about any of that?
It's an interesting question, Vinny. I've got sources that I have that are close to Michael have said that he and Lynlee they were previously together. That's the extent of all that I'm familiar with. But from what I've been told, they had not had contact with each other in over a decade before she apparently came back along and began talking to him just before the time of Ben's death. So now Michael and his defense, we've still yet to see a lot of it argued in court and put forward there of just how much did he know? Did he know anything at all of what was about to happen there at the farm, or if he was even there at all? Now, his involvement is just that. The way that law enforcement tells it is that he was an accomplice to this, was right there with Lynlee. And according to them, they have surveillance footage at her Columbia spa of them arriving back at the spa the day of Ben's death. And so I believe they have enough probable cause to go forward and charge him with murder as well. Now, the sources that I have that are close to Michael, they say they've been pretty disappointed, or they were pretty disappointed in the work that his public defender was doing on the case, not satisfied with what they were putting forth there in court. And that's where this gets interesting as well lately. At least just within the last month, Michael has gotten a new attorney by the name of Scott Rosenblum. In Missouri, Scott Rosenblum is a pretty notable criminal defense attorney. He has a very high-profile list of clients he's represented. That includes former Governor Eric Greitens when he was on trial back in 2018. Includes many St. Louis-based celebrities such as Nelly, such as the Dallas Cowboys running back Ezekiel Elliott. Scott Rosenblum is a major figure in criminal defense world, and now he is the one representing Michael Humphrey. They haven't had many court hearings yet regarding bond for Michael Humphrey, and it will be interesting to see what role they say that Michael had in this, if any. But that is sort of to come out here at his trial coming up later in October.
All right. Unbelievable developments, an unbelievable case. And Lucas, really appreciate your time. Hope you'll come back and join us again.
Vinny, thank you.
Lucas Geisler from ABC 17. We're continuing to track this one, folks, right now. No specific trial date could be confirmed today, but as Lucas said, it's coming up this year. Trust us. As soon as they lock it in, we will, of course, let you know.